Hare Krishna. While we are waiting for some time for others to join, will you do a quick kirtan? Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhare Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhare Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhare Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda 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 Gopala 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai, Nitai Gaur Sita Paramanande. Hare Krishna. Welcoming you all devotees to this series of Brahma Samhita. We are trying to understand in whatever capacity we are able to. I took this opportunity more so that it would be a learning for me, because we take it more seriously when we have to teach or preach. So I really thank Ashish Prabhu and all the other ICF team members, and of course all the participants who daily participate in this and try to learn a little more of the scriptures. So Medhavani Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I just was trying to understand. Yesterday, did you read the whole purport at once and then try to summarize something, or how was it, Mataji, or para by para?
Mataji, you can ask the devotees to read a particular section of the purport, and wherever you want to explain, you can ask them to stop and you can explain, and then they can, many others can participate by reading few sections of the purport. Like that, we can engage others also, Mataji.
No, that anyway I will do. My question was
in the section wise, Mataji, not the entire purport. Individual sections, and I asked many devotees to read one section. One person reads and then explain. Then second section, somebody else reads, like that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtike Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pambam Langayate Girim Yat Kripatam Aham Vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. So we want more participation. I see only one person, Prashanti Mataji, who has raised her hands. We have to read the shloka. We have to read the synonyms, word-to-word translation, then the translation, and all the entire purport. Yeah, thank you, devotees, for participating. Yeah, so we'll start with Prashanti Mataji can read the shloka, and Meenakshi Mataji will read the synonyms for now. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sahasrapatra Kamalam Gokulakyam Mahatpadam Tat Karnikaram Tad Dhama Tad Antasma Sambhavam Anantasma Sambhavam. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Sahasrapatra, possessing 1,000 petals. Kamalam, a lotus. Gokula Akhyam, known as Gokula. Mahatpadam, the super excellent station. Tat, of that lotus. Karnikaram, the whole. Tat, of him Krishna. Dhama, the abode. Tat, that Gokula. Ananta, of his infinitary aspect. Balarama, Amsha, from a part. Sambhavam, produced. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sudha Mataji, kindly read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The spiritual place of transcendental pastimes of Krishna is portrayed in the second verse. The super excellent station of Krishna, which is known as Gokula, has thousands of petals and a corolla like that of a lotus sprouted from a part of his infinitary aspect, the whole of the leaves being the actual abode of Krishna. Thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So before we go to the purport, just a quick brief on Sri Brahma Samhita. As it is said, Sri Brahma Samhita, it is the prayers by Lord Brahma, right? And we know how Lord Brahma was born. He's called Aja because he's born out of the lotus, from the navel lotus of Karanodakasai Vishnu. Lord Brahma is born on the lotus. Now, let's see when this Brahma Samhita is spoken, right? Now, Lord Brahma, after he is born, now he sees a darkness everywhere, and then he starts climbing down the stem of the lotus, and then he never reaches the end, and then he's wondering what to do, and then he goes into meditation, tapas, right? He's meditating. Now, Lord Brahma is meditating for 100 of his years, 100 of divine years, right? Now, anybody knows in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 8th chapter, right? In the 16th or 17th shloka, Srila Prabhupada writes, what is the total span in our years? What is the span of Brahma's age? Anybody remembers?
Yes, ma'am. 311.14 trillion years.
Yeah, 311 trillion, 40 billion years. Correct. 40 million, billion. Yeah, billion years. Correct. Thank you, Mataji, for that. Now, why I'm giving this picture is we are trying to understand Brahma Samhita. Now Lord Brahma has 4 heads, and then he is directly born out of Krishna, and then and he was given the Vedas, or the Vedas, Bhagavatam, everything directly into heart by Krishna himself, right? And before that, I mean, and then in each, he is Chaturmukha. In each phase, he is reciting each Vedas, right? I'm just giving you a small gist of how exalted a personality is Brahma, right? Now, this Brahma meditates for 100 of his years, and then before the Lord Krishna appears, right? And then when Krishna appears, Krishna asks him, what did you after meditating, what did you understand? And then he says, I understand that I don't understand anything. This is what Lord Brahma is saying, right? Now, Brahma with his 4 heads, who's directly seen Krishna, who is, the Rajoguna avatar of Krishna, so many exalted qualities of Krishna, of the Lord, so such Brahma is saying, after meditating for 100 years, that I don't understand anything. Now, I'm not trying to discourage, right? I'm only trying to set the mood. What should be our mood when we are trying to understand? It is a very esoteric prayers that we are seeing given by prayed by Lord Brahma, and to our capacity, we will try to understand our best. Of course, ye yathamam prapadyante. We can understand how much we surrender. So now the first shloka, I think everybody yesterday heard Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. He is the cause of all causes, right? That was yesterday's shloka. So shloka 2 is talking about the spiritual place or transcendental pastimes of Krishna, okay, which is a super excellent station of Krishna, which is known as Gokula, and has thousands of petals and a corolla like that of lotus sprouted from part of his infinitary aspect, the whole of leaves being the actual abode of Krishna, right? So now we will read portions of purport and try to understand some part of it by Guru's mercy. So I will ask Sindhu Mataji to read, and then I will ask her to stop, and then
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Brahma Samhita 5.2. Gokula, like Goloka, is not a created mundane plane, unbounded character forms, the display of his unlimited potency and his propagating manifestation. Baladeva is the mainstay of that energy. The transcendental entity of Baladeva has 2 aspects, that is infinite spiritual manifestation and infinite accommodating space for insentient gross things. The unique quadrantal delineation of material universe will be dealt within the proper place. The tri-quadrantal extensions of the transcendental infinitory field of the Almighty, unlamenting, non-perishing, and non-apprehending unlimited situations of halo, which are fully spiritual, majestic foliation. This very majestical extension portrays the manifested lofty rich feature of the vaster unlimited region or greater atmosphere, which has its resplendent location wholly beyond the realm of mundane nature on the further shore of Viraja, surrounded by the halo of Brahman or indistinguishable entity. This majestical power of unlimited spirit emanates from the upper portion of the luminous sphere into the most charming Gokula or eternally existing Goloka, exceedingly beautified by the assorted display of effulgence. Some designate this region as the abode of the Supreme Narayana or the original fountainhead. Hence, Gokula, once again.
Yeah.
Hence, Gokula, which is identical with Goloka, is the supreme plane. The same sphere shines as Goloka and Gokula respectively by its upper or transcendental and lower or mundane situation.
Okay. Yeah. So now here we are talking of Gokula or Goloka, where Krishna is, where we are seeing where exactly Krishna resides. Now, actually, I have a chart. If all of you are able to see, it's a little big chart. I mean, I couldn't take a picture. I'm trying to show that. Yeah, just give me a second, please. It will be easier to understand with this chart. Just a second. Okay. Is the chart visible for everybody? Is the chart visible? Hare Krishna, devotee. Is the chart visible?
Yes, Mataji, but it's shaking.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, no. I'm first. Let me. Yeah. Now is it visible?
Not fully, Mataji.
No. I'm going to show you in parts, right? Because it cannot be. I mean, the whole chart showing in one this thing would be difficult. Now we spoke of Goloka, which is 1,000-petaled one, which is the topmost where Krishna is there, right? And then if it is not very clear, I want one of you to call out so that I can make it a little more clear.
Mataji,
Right?
the camera needs to be tilted a little more down. Because we are able to see the tiles a little.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, do you want the chart? Actually, I have a soft copy. If you can make me the co-host, I can show it in the screen.
Okay, then that would be great, right? I thought this would be better. Okay, I'll make you the co-host. Radhika Mataji, right?
Yeah, I can just raise my hand if that's fine.
Yeah. I've done made you the co-host. Please.
Just 1 second. I'll just open while you are explaining. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah. By then I will just try to explain. See, now we are talking of Goloka. Now this the idea of showing this chart is multiple. One is to establish the supremacy of Krishna, because some of us may have the doubt or confusion about Krishna and Vishnu. I mean, because we hear the Dashavatara coming from Krishna and other things. So this chart will help us to identify the supremacy of Krishna, right? And then also it is easier for us to understand what little they are trying to explain here about the supremacy of Goloka also, right? Yeah, there it is. Radhika Mataji is sharing.
I think I'll also be sharing in parts only, Mataji, because it's...
Yeah, you can scroll from top, you come below, Mataji, right?
This fine?
Yeah.
Is this the one, Mataji?
I'm not able to see. Are others able to see?
Mataji, you have not yet opened it, I think, Mataji.
Click on it, Mataji.
Sorry, you're not able to see?
No, please click on it.
No, Mataji.
Please click on it.
I clicked on it.
No.
Just 1 second. Let me just reshare. Can you see now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you see, we spoke about in the translation, 1,000 petal, you see Radha Krishna in between, and then they are showing the main Ashtasakis, and then this is the 1,000 petal, right? Now, yeah, can you go down a little, Mataji? Yeah. Okay.
Hare Krishna,
no.
What are the other petals, Mataji? The first level of petals are all Sakis. What are the other petals, Mataji?
The place, this place is 1,000 petal. That is how this place is described, is made of. The other, I mean, they have mentioned the Ashtasakis, on the petals, like that. The whole of Goloka, whoever, the Vrajavasis stay in this place, right? This is how, it is, the place is, that is what they're describing. It is not that each petal is a Saki or something, right? This is kind of a top view, from the top. If you see, this is how it looks.
Okay, Mataji. Yeah.
Right?
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. Now, from here, Radhika Mataji, can you scroll it towards the left where they're showing expansion Balram? First expansion Balram. Okay, this is they're showing about where. See, actually, this chart is made from ISKCON, from various scriptures. This part they're saying it's from Samaveda, right? Actually, the first expansion, if you see, is Balram, and on the other side, if you see, the expansion is Srimati Radharani. So from Balram, right, you have the first Chaturvyuha expansions, right? Devotees can wait. Mataji will share it in the group. The messages are seen. So the first expansion is Balram, and from Balram, the 4 Chaturvyuha, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Niruddha, and Vasudeva expansion happens. Now go down, Mataji, right? And from there, from Balrama and this expansion, then below this, you have the Mathura. You see the Mathura Dham, then Jagannath Puri, and then the Ayodhya Dham, right? Then further, please go down. Now these are the innumerable Vaikuntha Lokas, right? In the course of all of you listening to Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, you will hear sometimes the mood of the bhava of Goloka is different from the bhava of Vrindavan Dham. Now you see the Vaikuntha Lokas are much below the Golok Dham. In Vaikuntha Dham, it is Aishwarya Bhav, whereas in Goloka, it is Madhurya. More informal. You must have heard these explanations. So this is a more to give you a picture of the whole thing. So you have the innumerable Vaikuntha Lokas. Go further down, Mataji. Right? Now you see, show the Brahma Jyoti. Mahesh Dham, little more upward. See, Sadashiva Loka. Now up to the Vaikuntha Dham, okay? Vaikuntha Dham, right? It is it is the transcendental abode, or it is the divine, where Vaikuntha, where there is no birth, death, old age, and disease. Now this is where the Brahma Jyoti is, where all the people who are, believe in the believe the Lord has no form, all these Nirvikaravadis, they go and merge in this, okay? And then you must have heard, from there they again come back down to the Bhuloka, and then they meet devotees, and then they become devotees, and then they go according to their mood, they go to either Vaikuntha, or after their sadhana they go to Goloka. Now we are saying Brahma Jyoti. We read of one, go down a little, Mataji, of Viraja river, right? The Viraja river is seen here, right? And then you're also seeing Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Move it a little, Mataji, towards the right, so that they can see Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Among the 3 Vishnus, there's the Karana Jala, where the Lord and his breath. Do you see those golden circle kind of things? They are the universes. They are the innumerable universes which are being poured out of, when each breath, and then that is what. Now, further go down, Mataji. Now this, now you see Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and from his navel, the lotus, right? A little up, Mataji, to show those 4 planetary systems. 14 planetary systems, sorry. Now you can see all the 14 planetary, the 7 lokas above and 7 lokas below, right? And then on the top of that lotus, we see Lord Brahma, right? Now, if you see, yeah, you can little, so that you show the universes, Mataji. This is, yeah, anyway, Mataji will share in detail, all of you can zoom and see. Now you see the circle where Garbhodaka ocean, and then you see the circle, this is where one universe is, right? Now say, suppose this is the universe of the Chaturmukha, the universe that we are staying in. Now, if you later, when Mataji shares the thing, you see how it is covered by the different elements. You see the different coverings, concentric, you see, the soul has to go above all this, then to Viraja river, and then to Goloka. Now, why I'm saying this is, with this we understand what is the position of Krishna, where we saw in the 1,000 petal, he's at the topmost, and then all the other expansions of Krishna or Vishnu is much below. That is why Srila Prabhupada named this as Krishna consciousness, not God, because Krishna is above everything. That is one aspect I wanted to bring out. The next aspect, any time we feel, all of us go through this, any time we feel very, very proud or, of anything that we have achieved. I mean, I do this practically. Stand in front of this chart and then, come from above, from Krishna, then below, then among the innumerable universes, right? Then in one universe, in that universe, in, Bharat Bhumi, in whichever place we are, in that place, in one city, in that city, in one location, in that location, in one house, and in house, I am there. That is how insignificant we are, right? And then that brings us to the point why Srila Prabhupada keeps trying to say, don't lord it over material nature. We are trying to be the controllers. You see the supreme controller from where we came, from Krishna, and then how insignificant. Recently, there was one very nice quote that I would like to quote from His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj. Bhakti Charu Maharaj said, anytime you feel, in his sessions of Brahma Samhita only, he was mentioning this. Any time you feel very proud, think of your size. What is our size? Anybody wants to say? What is our size?
A small atom.
No, I mean, atom is very
1 by 1,000, 10,000
Tiniest
part of the hair.
Part of the tip of the hair.
Tip of the hair, 10,000 parts I make, and one part is me.
Soul.
If I remember that, okay, and so the moment I remember that, and with this chart, and I remember my size, then I remember how insignificant I am, and then when I come to that mood, then His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj says, that is when, that is how, the entry to Goloka is. Because that is how small that door is to Goloka. So, why I'm saying, all of you may be wondering, what is it I'm trying to relate with what we read and what we are trying to discuss. One thing is, at least from my perspective, it is something very, very esoteric, okay, and it is very high, but by Guru's mercy and by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are able to understand. But then we should not get into that aspect that I'm able to understand little, then I know a lot of things. When we get into that, we should see this picture. And also to give an idea of where Goloka is and where are the other dhams. And then here we spoke of the first part of the purport we spoke of Gokula like Goloka. So in now you can expand a little and show Earth, Mataji. Radhika Mataji, zoom in a little and show the
1 second, Mataji, I'm just doing. Yeah, it's a little.
It will become hazy, right?
Yeah, it's the maximum.
That is the maximum. See, Bhu, 7, Bhu, Loka, Earth. Okay. So Gokula, like Goloka, it is not created on mundane plane, it says. Now in Goloka, when Krishna appears once in a day of Brahma, there, this Gokula, which is, even though on the material platform, even though on earth, is still transcendental, right? So we'll read the next part and then continue our discussion. So from which book these pictures are wonderful? It is not from any book, actually. That TOVP, which is being made in Mayapur, okay? There is a planetarium, Temple of Vedic Planetarium, which is being, like you all know what's a planetarium. This is a very brief picture. It's in a more detailed thing, and it's a planetarium. You can clearly feel all this, whatever we have read, right? So this is done in a very great research and study by a lot of devotees, devotees of Srila Prabhupada and other ISKCON devotees. And from various, if you see this chart, when Mataji shares this, in the left side, you can see they have given references from where all they have taken all this, right? And they have done a research and they have made this chart, which is actually, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So what all I have said, even if you are not able to relate as of now because of my, limitation, if you see the picture, you will understand. So we are talking of Bhuloka now, and then what exactly in this Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj is saying, we will try to see. Radhika Mataji can read the next paragraph.
I'll stop the screen share, ma'am.
No, let it. Oh, okay. You don't have the book, right?
I can't see. No, I don't have access to the book right now, ma'am.
Okay.
So maybe somebody else can read in that case.
No, let me share. Okay, I have shared. You can read, Mataji.
Then I have to stop.
I have shared.
Are you talking about this, right? Sri Sanatana Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Sri Sanatana, can I read Mataji?
Yeah, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
Subharav Prabhu. Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sri Sanatana Goswami.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu. Subharav Prabhu.
Bhakti Vedanta Swami,
Prabhu, are you reading from the screen? Otherwise, I can screen share. Are you reading from the screen or the book?
Yes, from screen only.
Oh, then I
Sri
can't.
Sanatana Goswami has told us as follows in his
Brihad
Bhagavatamrita, which embodies the final essence of all the books of instructions. He displays his pastimes here in this land as he is used to do in Goloka. The difference between the two planes lies only in their locations as high and low. That is, in other words, Krishna plays exactly the same part in Goloka as he exhibits on the mundane plane of Gokula. There is practically no difference between Gokula and Goloka, save that this what exists in the shape of Goloka in the upper region is the same as Gokula on the mundane plane when Krishna showed his various activity there. Sri Jiva Goswami has also inculcated the same in Bhagavad Sandarbha of his 6 treatises. To ascertain the plane of Goloka Vrindavana is the eternal abode of Krishna, and Goloka and Vrindavana are identically one, and though both are identical, yet Krishna's inconceivable energy has made Goloka the acme of this spiritual kingdom, and Gokula of Madura province forming a part of the mundane plane, which is also manifestation of triquadrantal vibhuti, conducting majesty. Poor human understanding cannot possibly make out.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So
I stop, Mataji.
Yeah, for now.
Should I stop, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, please. Yeah, now Radhika Mataji, we will share again the chart.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, Mataji. I'm on it.
Yeah. So we are talking of now Gokula, right? Gokula is what when Krishna comes, and then we hear of all those pastimes happening in Mathura, which is near Delhi, right? That is called Gokula. Goloka was, yes, scroll up, Mataji. Goloka is what we saw, the 1,000 petal, this thing. So here, what they are saying is, even though Gokula is on the mundane plane or on the earth or in the material plane, but it is as transcendental, or there is no difference between Goloka or Gokula, right? Because it is Krishna's energy, with Krishna himself has come, and then he is expanded. Srimati Radharani has expanded as Gokula, and all the pastimes are exactly same. That is what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj is trying to tell in this part of the purport. And the only difference here they are saying is in position. Now here we see this at the topmost portion, and much below on the material plane, on the Bhuloka, is what is Gokula, right? Now, why, like again here, the aspect of Achintya Bheda and Abheda, I mean, like it is same and different simultaneously. It is same in the sense, in terms of quality, whatever happening, portion of it that is happening Goloka is happening in Gokula, because all the pastimes we don't see and we don't get to know. Okay, Krishna, it is like whatever pastimes that we have heard that has happened in Gokula is like a trailer only. It is just a portion of it, right? And Krishna has come to show us, this is how my abode is, that all of you have to come there. It's only a trailer, but it is equally transcendental. That is what we now. Why does this? What is the import of this? Like you must have heard from many devotees when you are when you go to dhams, right? Whenever you go to dhams, don't offend the dham, don't offend the dhamvasis, right? Like His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, Swami Maharaj says, like whatever you do in the dham, it is 1,000 times benefit. The same way, any offense also is 1,000 times multiplied. So be careful. That is why they say initially, when we are as a practicing devotees, we must mostly try to go to any dham for 3 days, because after 3 days, our the condition is so much that knowingly or unknowingly, we are going to make some offenses which would not be good for us. So all these, this is how we have to relate. It is one aspect of reading, trying to understand Brahma Samhita, and from that, what is it that we have to take? I'm trying to relate these things. And then also here, it says a triponderantal vibhuti. Like you must have heard that the material plane is only 1/3 portion of the whole creation, right? Up to the Brahma Jyoti, like that is only 1/3 portion. And the rest is 3/4 portion, right? Like how we saw innumerable material universes being created by the Karanodaka Sai Vishnu. In the same way, you have innumerable Vaikuntha planets also. Innumerable, where Narayana in his, the Shanku Chakra Padma in his 4 hands, they keep changing in each Vaikuntha planet, right? So what is it? Yeah, thank you, Mataji, for that. Why is this important for us to keep hearing time and again? Because we keep forgetting. We try to control. We try to say, I am great, I am doing this, right? So this gives us the picture of who I am, I mean, in reality, and why we should consider, Lord as supreme, because he is really supreme. Imagine Krishna at the top, from Goloka down below, all the living entities, he knows the past, present, and future. Right from Goloka to all the Vaikuntha planets, all the Mahesh Dham, then the Brahma Jyoti, and the innumerable Vaikuntha material planets that we have, universes that we have. And in each universe, you can imagine how many living entities are there, right? So this, the first, we can go back to the first sloka and then, relate. Ishwaraha Parama Krishna Satchidananda Anadiranjir Sarva Karana Karana. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the supreme. Why we have to accept him as supreme? Right? Srila Prabhupada has given us all this mercifully for us to understand. It is not blindly you have to accept, because we do, at least we do get lot of questions. Why only Krishna? Why not Vishnu? Because that is the reality, right? Because this confusion about Krishna and Vishnu is always there. Because in Dashavatara, they think Krishna is coming through Vishnu. Yes, he's Avatari and Avatara also. Yeah, that explanation is also there. He comes through, like it is like, you know, a boss of the CEO of a company. When he has to go to the office, he has to go to the same gate where all the other employees also go. So exactly same way, Krishna, when he has to come down, he comes down through the whatever norm of the other avatars come. So they think Krishna is coming from Vishnu. So this gives us a little idea of what is Gokula, what is Goloka, where is Mahesh Dham, where is the Viraja river, where are the Vaikunta planets, the Ayodhya Dham, the Mathura Dham, and then the supreme most Goloka Vrindavana, right? And the supremacy of Krishna and the insignificance of all the Jivatmas also it is bringing out, right? Now, yeah, you can stop the share, Mataji. We can read the last portion of the. I have to share the screen. Yeah, I will share the screen. Yes, Karpagavalli Mataji, can please continue where it had stopped.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandatna Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
From where, Mataji? This I cannot.
He had stopped at Gokula.
Your human understanding.
Beyond human comprehension.
Your human understanding cannot possibly make out how the extensive
quadrantal,
which is beyond human comprehension, can be accommodated in the limited neither material universe of a uniquadrilateral disclosure. Gokula is a spiritual plane, hence his condescended position in the region of material space, time, etc., is in no way restricted but unlimitedly manifested his full boundless propriety. But conditional souls are apt to assert a material conception in regard to Gokula by their miserable senses so as to bring him below the level of their intellect. Though the eye of an observer is impeded by a cloud when gazing at the sun, and though the tiny cloud can never really cover the sun, still the clouded vision apparently observes the sun as covered by the cloud. In just the same way, the conditioned souls with their obscure intelligence, senses, and decisions accept Gokula as a piece of measurable land. We can see Gokula from Gokula, which is eternal.
From Goloka.
Gokula from Goloka, which is eternal. This is also a mystery. The attainment of final beatitude is the success of attaining one's eternal self. The success in identifying the true self is finally achieved when the screen of gross and subtle coils of conditioned souls is removed by the sweet will of Krishna. However, the idea of Gokula is
Goloka.
Goloka, sorry, madam. Goloka is seen to differ from Gokula until the success in unalloyed devotion is achieved. The transcendental plane of infinite spiritual manifestation, having thousands of petals and corolla, like those of the lotus, is Goloka, the eternal abode of Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, see, first of all, the topic is esoteric. And then, to add to it, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj's English, it is said that the Britishers found it very difficult to understand the language what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj was speaking. Like, initially, several years when I came into Krishna consciousness, I took this Brahma Samhita book from the person I was attending class. Okay, and then I took and I tried to read it. I mean, like, I couldn't go beyond 1 or 2 pages because I was too new in the bhakti process. And then the English was like, even with regular dictionary, it's very difficult to understand the purport of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. First of all, the topic is esoteric, and on the second aspect, the language of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. And so, of course, it is only the Guru's mercy that I'm able to read now a little and then write. That is what, the first sentence, pure human understanding cannot possibly make out how the extensive tri-quadrantal, which is beyond human comprehension, can be accommodated in limited neither material universe or the unique quadrantal disclosure. That is, it is talking of 1/3 portion of the entire creation, like I said before, 1/3 portion of the material universe and 3/4 of the spiritual universe, right? So it is beyond our comprehension. So, there is one nice Purandara Dasa, like, you have all this Kabir Das, like in Purandara Dasa in Karnataka, he is known for his, all the Dasas are known for their songs, So any of you know Kannada, you can follow this. Otherwise, also it is he says, Guruvina Gulama Naguva Tanaka. Guruvina Gulama Naguva Tanaka, Dorayadanna Mukuti. You don't get Mukuti. Now, to get Mukti, first of all,
I can't hear Mataji.
So that is how Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, last word to get
Your last sentence, 1 or 2 sentences we couldn't hear, Mataji.
Okay. I said Guru Vina Gulama Naguvatanaka Dorayadanna Mukuti. Like any import of this spiritual thing, transcendental things, is only understood, is only comprehended. A portion of it, I mean, just the iota of it, we can understand only by Guru's mercy. So we saw the whole chart, we have read these purport, and we are trying to understand the supremacy of Krishna, the supremacy of Goloka Vrindavana, and how Gokula and Goloka are non-different, even though Gokula is in the material plane, and how that is also equally transcendental, right? And that is the little portion of what a summary of what we saw today. I would request all of you to buy this book and please read it. Read it before the class and read it once after the class, like how we used to do in school, before going to the class, we used to read it, and then when the explanation is there, we get some understanding, we come back and read it, then again some understanding, and then you have questions and clarifications and other things. So
Mata, the book is written by whom, Mataji?
Book is written by His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj.
Yeah, okay, Mata, thank you.
Yeah, it's there online also, in the Vedabase also it is there.
Yeah.
Right? So this is one small, what I can say, a very insignificant portion of explanation of the whole thing. Like a beautiful example, Saraswati Goswami Maharaj is saying, because the cloud, we feel the cloud is covering the sun, right? But it is our vision which we think the cloud, the sun cannot be covered by the cloud. So the same way, because we are conditioned, like, right? And those condition, he talks of the screen of gross and subtle coils of conditioned soul. See how now we can really appreciate Srila Prabhupada's purport. Prabhupada has made everything so simple. If you read Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada purports, every time he keeps saying we are conditioned souls, so we have to chant and then we have to purify ourselves. Okay, so Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami is saying how the screen of gross and subtle coils of conditioned soul is removed by the sweet will of Krishna, how Goloka is seen differ from Gokula till the success in unalloyed division is achieved, right? In simple words, Srila Prabhupada says, Nishkama Karma Yoga or Ahaituke, you have to do without any expectation, without any results. You see? So that is why it makes so much sense to read Srila Prabhupada's books thoroughly. And then, of course, we can understand all the other, they are talking about Bhagavad Sandarbha of Jiva Goswami. All this, if we have to understand, it will be only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So, one description of Goloka, and then how we have to see Gokula, which is in the material plane, and how insignificant we are to, and what each of us can measure our own pace, where we are going and how much we have to go to at least understand a portion of this. So I will stop here. If there are any comments or questions, we can say, though I'm not very sure how much I'll be able to do justice.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Mataji Dandar Pranam. This Viraja river and Yamuna river is the same?
No. No,
They're both
Mataji.
two
Viraja river, in Viraja river is where the subtle body is dissolved, and then that is when the Atma goes to the transcendental.
Mataji, I posted in the group, Mataji. That.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, actually, like Viraja river and Karano Daksha, like Karano ocean, both it was given as a slash, right? Does it mean like both are same, Mataji?
I have to clarify on this. The Viraja river and this thing,
Karano
right?
ocean.
Karnataka ocean. Yeah, there was it was kind of coinciding, right?
Are both same or is it a different one?
Mataji? Yeah, I'll have to check on this, Mataji.
Mataji, from my understanding, if I may add, I'm not very sure, but then what I was told is the Karana Ocean, Casual Ocean, Vraja are all same.
Okay. Maybe because I have not, because I'm a little not sure on this. So
no, I'm just sharing whatever I've also heard, Mataji. I'm very average, but I just thought I'll.
Yeah. We can check on that and get back to you, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, the Karana is the reason, right? Is it a Sanskrit word? The word Karana?
Karana Jala, right? Yeah, it can be the reason also, because any Sanskrit words had multiple meanings.
Meaning, is it?
Yeah. Each Sanskrit words has multiple meanings. No?
Meanings.
Yeah, it's like if you take, Vishnu Sahasranam, each nama can be expanded to 100 names. Madhvacharya has done this.
Meaning of each nama.
Vishwam, there are 100 meanings to that.
Of each. Okay.
So, like that. Okay. So.
The background, you're having a picture. Did you take a print of that and
yes.
do it? Or?
Yeah, I've taken a print of this, and then some of the classes we share, especially when people are confused with, because the initial, especially when people are worshipping Lord Shiva, they are very much intrigued by how we can say Shiva's position is just a little bit, is not equal to Krishna. So I used to use this chart to show what is and also the confusion about Vishnu and Krishna. So I used to literally take this chart and show it to them to make them understand, multiple times, to understand the aspect of the whole creation and why Krishna is supreme, why Srila Prabhupada says Krishna is supreme. Only from this chart it makes us more, more convinced about how all the other expansions, you must have heard, only Krishna has 64 qualities. All the other expansions have only 60 qualities. Okay. So this chart helps, it really helps. At least it helped me and helped the people I showed it. In fact, even in children's class, I showed it to them. So when you show the picture, it helps. I hope, did it help any of you in the class today?
Involved and emotionally helping.
Yes, Mataji. Very, very nice explanation.
Yeah, the picture did all the explanation. I just showed it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm reiterating. Kindly read Shloka 3, 2 and 3 today. and again 3 and 4 tomorrow. It will really help. It is not very big purports, maximum 5 minutes it takes, because it will take some time for us to understand the English itself, written by Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, right? So thank you all very much. If there is nothing else, we can close the class.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you
Dandavat
so
pranam.
much, Mataji, for
Thank you,
a
Mataji.
wonderful session, Mataji.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna,
Thank you,
Mataji. Thank you,
Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Dandavat pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.